Welcome to the Edge Display Technologies training series. In this video, we're going to walk you through the steps to get started using the Cloud Content Management System for your video display. Your Cloud Content Management System is designed to be used for communicating information, events, messages, as well as revenue-generating advertisements on your video display. In this video, we will go over how to upload media to the library and what file formats are compatible, how to set and schedule the display screen brightness, how to create a playlist from the media library, how to organize the playlist, how to set transition durations if using static media like image files, how to send the playlist to your displays, how to schedule a playlist. After this tutorial, you'll have a good understanding of how to navigate the My Edge Display Cloud Content Management System. To get started, you'll need to first make sure the video display is online and make sure you have the correct account information for logging in. Once the video display is purchased, customer support will register and create a login for you. This information will be sent to the email address on file for you or your business. If you are purchasing additional displays, they will be added to your existing account. With that, let's open our web browser of choice and begin the login process. To log into your account, go to myedgedisplay.com, enter your username and password, and then click Login. The first page you'll land on is called the Terminal. Its purpose is to give you a visual overview of your active displays and at a glance show you details about the displays, such as a snapshot image of what's currently showing on the screen, if they are currently online as shown by the color display you can see here, or offline as shown by a grayed out display, as well as some other info we'll cover a bit later in this video. By default, this page will show you 12 displays. If you happen to have more than that at your facility, then you can use these arrow buttons at the bottom right of the page to navigate to page 2 of the terminal, or alternatively, change the drop-down from showing 12 displays per page to a higher number to fit them all into a single page view. Navigate to the media page along the left navigation menu. Here you'll see 3 tabs along the top, and for our purposes we'll be focused on the first 2. My Media, where you'll be able to sort and manage your uploaded media library, and the Upload tab, where you'll be able to upload your media files either individually using the Upload button or as an entire folder containing all of your content at once using the Upload Folder button. Let's click on the Upload tab and walk through uploading our first piece of media. Before we make our selection, I'm going to take a minute to talk about what file types are compatible, as well as file size limitations we'll have to respect when creating or choosing our media to upload. By default, your Cloud Content Media Library is set up with a total capacity of 1 GB of storage for all files. If more storage is desired, contact us at Edge Display Technologies to purchase an upgraded storage plan. If you wish to upload static images, your display supports JPEG, bitmap, PNG, or GIF files up to a maximum file size of 20 megabytes. If you wish to upload video content, your video must be 2 gigabytes or less in file size and of the MP4, AVI, MPEG, MOV, or WMV file types, and encoded using the H.264, H.265, MPEG-4 Part 2, or Motion JPEG codecs. Most of this info can be found on demand by hovering your mouse over the question mark icons beside the Upload button. Let's begin by clicking on the Upload button, and we'll be prompted to find the file we'd like to upload from our computer. Once you've navigated to it and selected the file by left-clicking on it, you can then click the Open button or press Enter on your keyboard to begin the upload process. You'll automatically be moved over to the My Media tab and see your uploaded media displayed along with its file type, resolution, and file size info underneath its preview image. If you wish to see more info about your file, you can click the Info button shown here at the top right of the page to see more info about your selected file. If you'd like to organize your content into folders, you can do so by clicking the folder icon at the top of the page here, entering your folder name, an optional folder description if you'd like, and clicking Create. One possibility would be to sort your media images and videos into their own folders. To move files into one of your folders, hover your mouse over the desired file and click the checkbox at the top left of the preview image. You can repeat this to select more than one file at a time if needed, or select all files by clicking the checkbox beside the upload date. Then at the top right of this page, you'll see a Move to Folder arrow icon that, when clicked, will allow us to choose our folder and click the Move to Here button to complete the action. You can delete or rename these folders by single-clicking on the folder up at the top of this page, clicking the three-dot icon that is revealed, and selecting Rename or Delete. To open a folder, double-click on it to enter it. If you'd like to go back, click the Home icon as shown here. It's important to note that by default, your images will be scaled to fit the available screen resolution of your display. For best results, have your content created at either the same resolution or the same aspect ratio. To find your display resolution, we can navigate back to the terminal page and click the detail icon as shown by the small eye icon on the bottom left of each display preview to view more details about that specific screen. On this page, we can see the display's resolution shown here. While we're here inside the detail view for a display, I'd like to point out the brightness button shown here on the bottom left of the page, which when clicked will show a slider to adjust the brightness level of your display. When your adjustments are complete, click Save to send the changes to your display screen. You will see a success message pop up at the bottom of your screen and the change reflected in a few seconds on the brightness button. It is possible to schedule the screen brightness to automatically change at set days and times. For example, if you'd like the screens to run brighter during the daytime hours and to dim themselves at night. To do so, you'll need to click on the Schedule page along the left menu, and then click on the Command tab as shown on the upper right side of the page here. Next, click on the plus icon or the Add button beside it to be prompted to set up your brightness adjustment command. You'll first want to set your command type to brightness control, which it is set to by default. Then you can click on the operation time to enter the time you'd like the change to take place at. Keep in mind, this is a 24-hour clock for our time selection. Next, click and drag the slider to set a brightness value for that time of day. Below, you'll notice that there are optional toggles to choose a specific day on the calendar or a range of dates. By clicking on the dates shown underneath after toggling the specific day slider, you'll be prompted with a calendar and asked to make 2 mouse clicks to set a from and to date. If you wish to select only a single day, simply click the same date twice on the calendar pop-up. Finally, there is also an option to schedule this change to happen on specific weekdays on an ongoing basis. By clicking the specific weekday toggle, you'll see checkboxes for each day of the week to make your selection. If neither of the specific day or specific weekday toggles are selected, you'll notice that the brightness adjustment command will default to happen every day. Once your desired settings are in place, click the Confirm button to save them into your schedule, and click the Apply button at the top right of the page to apply the changes to your display. If specific dates were selected, you'll see the change reflected in the calendar of the Schedule page, and be able to click on the command to edit it or delete it from the schedule. To create your first playlist, click on the Create Page link on the left navigation menu to begin. In the left column, you'll see your media library and any folders you may have created. Double-click to enter them, and to return back to the top level, click on the Home icon. Shown on the right side of the page, you'll see the Playlist Editor and notice a large box with the Drag and Drop Here prompt. To organize the playlist, you'll notice the files are numbered to denote the order they'll play back in. You can click and drag files to reorder your playlist. They will be displayed in the grid view by default, and if we click this icon here with the 4 lines, we can view our media in a list view, which shows us some additional info and options about our media, as well as allows us to delete media from the playlist if desired by clicking one of the trash icons. They can also be reordered by clicking and dragging on the dots above each file number. When finished, we'll want to name our playlist. We can do so by clicking under Playlist Name and entering our desired title, then clicking on the Save button below. If when creating your playlist, you selected some static media or images, it's important to know how to set the duration time that each image will remain on screen as they play back in a slideshow style format. To illustrate, I'm going to drag in some images from our media library into this playlist and enter the list view by clicking this icon here. Beside the file name, you'll notice a default time of 8 seconds. This can be adjusted to your liking or to give a primary sponsor more screen time, for example. We recommend a duration of 5 to 8 seconds in most cases. Beside this, we can set a transition effect, such as a fade-in between the images in our playlist if desired, by clicking on the default value of no effect and selecting one of the options. In most cases, the default settings are appropriate. When finished, we'll once again want to name our playlist and click on the Save button. There are a few ways to send your playlist to your displays. If you have only one playlist that you'd like to send to a display indefinitely, you can navigate to the playlist page in the left navigation menu and select your playlist by hovering your mouse over it and clicking on the checkbox to the left of its name. We will then want to publish it by clicking on the send arrow or publish icon in the upper right tools area of the page. We will then be shown a pop-up dialog and asked to select our display group on the left. Once selected, we'll be shown all of our display names on the right, and given the choice to select them all or individually, as shown by the green check marks. Once the desired display is selected, click the Confirm button to publish your playlist and send it to that display. Now, if we head back to our terminal page, we can see our playlist displayed on the screen preview. In many cases, you'll have more than one playlist that you might want to display at certain dates and times for special events or holidays, for example. To create a playlist schedule, navigate to the Schedule page on the left navigation menu, and click on the Playlist tab above the Schedule and Calendar, then click the plus sign or Add icon to begin. Click on the Add Playlist button shown here with a blue plus sign and select your desired playlist. Click the Confirm button to continue. Next, you'll see an option for 2 different playlist modes, Spot Mode and Rotation Mode. For most cases, you'll want to use Rotation Mode for any content that you'd like to regularly schedule. Examples might include sponsorship or advertising playlists. We'll finish scheduling this playlist and then come back to Spot Mode in a moment. Next, we have 3 toggle options to choose some options for our schedule entry. These can be combined to help save us time. We can set a specific time of day with the first toggle. If left off, it will span the whole day as shown to the right here. Clicking on the From and To times will show a pop-up that allows us to set these times. For this example, I'll choose 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Remember, this is also a 24-hour clock. Next, under the specific day toggle, we can choose a date range. By clicking on the revealed date and time below, another pop-up will show, allowing us to set a From and To date. These times below will be overwritten by our first choice, so we can leave them alone. Again, we'll click the Set button to confirm our choice. Lastly, we can also set a specific weekday within our range of dates, or if left off, we'll be scheduling it to repeat every day. Simply check the revealed boxes to select the intended dates. We'll choose Monday to Friday for this example. To save it into the calendar, we'll click the Confirm button at the bottom of the form, and then we'll see our entry populated in the calendar in blue to indicate rotation mode. By clicking again on our entry in the calendar, we can edit the same options to make changes to all of the affected items, or delete them as well by clicking the red Delete button at the bottom left. Now let's create another scheduled playlist, this time using spot mode, by again clicking on the blue plus icon up above, selecting our desired playlist again with the blue plus button, and then selecting spot mode. As seen beside the options here, it's showing us that spot mode will take precedent over rotation mode for any scheduled content that overlaps in our calendar. So why would we want to do that? Well, one use case for spot mode could be if you had to set up regular content that loops continuously throughout your business hours using rotation mode, and wanted to interrupt that playlist temporarily at times without deleting it or redoing your scheduling to showcase an ad for something like an upcoming event in the next week or two that will then default back to your regular programming once it concludes. For this example, I'm going to set a time of 11 a.m. to noon over the same range of dates, so from the first of the month to the last. And we'll just set it to happen on Fridays. Once we confirm, you'll see the entry in red to denote spot mode in our calendar. Now our regularly scheduled playlist will still happen until it encounters this spot mode playlist. The spot mode playlist will take over from 11 to 12, and then our display will resume playing the rotation mode playlist. Now as a final step, we want to apply these changes to our displays by selecting our display group on the left panel here, and then clicking the Apply button at the top right of the page. One final note is that our time zone for this calendar can be set in the Terminal Details page. Your displays will come pre-configured for your local time zone, but should this need to be changed, this is where that option can be found. This concludes our training video. We want to thank you for taking the time to learn about some of the exciting capabilities of Edge technology and getting started with the Cloud Content Management System. We look forward to sharing additional enhancements and tutorials with you in the future.